Well, hey everyone, Kevin here. Today, let's talk about stock diet, which is apparently synonymous with just spending lots of money in the stock market, which is probably not what we should be labeling it. But anyway, we've got a big day of earnings today. We've got quite a few companies reporting earnings. I'm going to pull up a list really quick of the ones that I'm super interested in covering. Disney, Shift, Affirm, Cloudflare, Aurora, Illumina, CRISPR. It's a lot. A lot of earnings today. Should be entertaining and fun. Check this out. I think this is kind of cool. If you put the monitor vertically, this thing, you could like do thirds. I've never thought of it that way before, but it's really cool. I just figured that out. I really like it. But anyway, let's go ahead and shift. There we go. Oh, my background's not right. Hold on. This is horrible. Horrible. There we go. It's solved. Okay, so let's talk about the stock market. First, I want to mention that I was having a little conversation, and it's worth mentioning, in the Discord with a bunch of folks about catching falling knives. That's a phrase that comes up so frequently. I hate it, by the way. I talk about it in the money and stock course all the time about how I think it's a ripoff of a line. But I just thought of another analogy. When you buy quality companies, like high quality companies like Tesla, Amazon, Apple, Peloton, right? Like the companies that we have no doubt are going to be here for the next 10 years. Anytime prices fall on those, you're really not catching a falling knife. You're really catching like soft balloons that are coming down that you can kind of like coddle and be thankful that you're catching them. That's what I like to say when it comes to we'll look at CCAV in the terminal. I actually got the terminal up, but that's what I think when the stocks go down. All right, so let's see what we got here. Let's go ahead and pull up the terminal. Give me 1 second here. Okay, and then if you have any particular, I want to start with short interest as well, but we got 17 or 27 minutes left to buy some stonks and some options. I'm tempted to buy more stocks after earnings come out, but they could skyrocket. So I want to be really fast. My goal today is to have the Bloomberg terminal up and then be really fast when these earnings come out. So we'll see how we do that. Okay. So here we go. Okay, now I'm all caught up. So let's go ahead and get into the terminal and start exactly there. So what I'll probably do is figure out how to just have a bunch of windows open at the same time for the news pages for our favorites. So that way we see it right when they come in. The headphones sold. Yeah, I got to do a video on that. I plan to do that today before I mail them out. But the headphones sold. All that money's going to charity. It's super exciting. Let's actually, while I've got Webull and Bloomberg open here. Let's go ahead and just start with Webull just to get a sense of what's going on. I know I wasn't here this morning, which I wish I was, because there was a lot of pain in the market today in terms of cannabis. Look at this. The whole cannabis movement just ended like overnight. I want to also clarify, because I may have said this incorrectly, but clever for me is like a 1 to 2 year hold for me. So I want to make that really clear. I did buy, I never went into that one thinking I was just going to day trade out of it. That one, Sundial is, I think, a little bit more of a short-term play if I were going to play that. And it could rebound because there's a lot of attention on Sundial. Like, it's kind of like Ocugen. I thought they might have rebounded on Wednesday. They kind of rebounded today. It took an extra day. So, but they're only up 6% now. See, they had this run where they went up substantially more. Now they're only up 6%. But I mean, this stuff comes in waves and cycles, unless, of course, the whole industry ends up uninteresting to people. So what else do we have? Let's see. Let's go. Okay, some people are saying they're not getting the notification here. So let me just quickly mention. I'm just going to quickly share the link, so that way anybody who wants to be here for the live can be here. In case you don't get the notifications on YouTube either, even though you have the notification bell on, join Discord. Go to metkevin.com/Discord, and I'm going to pitch this really quickly here in the alerts. PS live for earnings today here. Okay, at everyone. There we go. The Discord notifications usually go out. And I don't like spamming those either. I try to be limited with the Discord notifications, with the exception of the stock notifications, because anytime I do something there, which lately has been a lot, Okay, cool. So, what do we got? So, cannabis, total big sell off here. Not a terrible surprise. I think Aurora is reporting today, so that'll be interesting. Really, Clever leaves the Colombian cannabis play. That's one that has not gotten a lot of attention in the media at all. And I think that one could move if it comes into the limelight a little bit more as it expands. I'm gonna keep an eye on that one. Might do a video on that one on the channel. But otherwise, yeah, we've got a lot of red over here, and especially the recovery space, it looks like Spirit Airlines selling off. You've got Express selling off, although that could be, the Wall Street bets kind of pull back here. Dave and Buster's selling off a little bit. Walgreens, Tattooed Chef, Ford. A lot of 2 to 3% downs today. Even Gevo, which is a really, yeah, and Palantir. Gevo, which is a real sustainability play. I don't think, and this is just personally me, right? And I'm going to talk highly on too, because I know that's interesting to people. And there was an announcement that came out. Gevo to me is not really the stock you buy because you think everybody's going to go to biofuels in the near future. Gevo is like a sustainability play where, like, if corporations want to show, like, oh yeah, look, we're Delta Airlines and we use sustainable fuels in like 1 out of 100 of our planes. Then you pick up Gevo or you buy product from Gevo. I don't think we're at that cost parity. I don't think. Well, I know we're not at cost parity. We're nowhere near where it makes sense to have an entire fleet run off. What's it called? Sustainable fuels. Not there yet. There's also an article that came out on Hyliion here that I want to touch on. So here's just something you got to know about Hyliion. Okay, so Hyliion, great company, humble founder, love it, but I can't own it. The reason I can't own Hyliion is because it's a hybrid play. And I don't believe that hybrid is the future of trucking unless you're talking hydrogen fuel cells. But hydrogen fuel cells, I think, are really going to be like a 2030 plus event. So something I might be more interested in investing in 2025. Right now, I'm much more focused on the EVs because I think that's where we're going to get production. And I want production because if we're 10 years out from actually seeing a hydrogen car with plug power or, mass-produced hydrogen vehicles, if we're 10, 15 years out from that, I don't want to be in these companies too early. And I think a lot of hype could sort of fizzle out of these as hydrogen just doesn't become a reality as quickly. Now, Hyliion, regarding their hybrid system, because what they do is they retrofit these hybrid systems into trucks. They'll even buy a truck like a Freightliner and they'll retrofit it and sell it to you new. It's pretty neat. It's got an interesting, concept. The stock has really gotten beat up a lot over the last few months, and it finally went back to $20 today. It's at $1960 right now. It's selling off a little bit again. You can see that here. See, we've sort of, we broke on the news here. This press release came out. A lot of purchase power here, and now we're sort of getting that sell off again. Here's actually the same thing happened with Microvision, which I don't know. Oh, I don't think I told anyone this, but I sold my Microvision. I'll do a video on that in detail later, but I did sell out of my Micro. I'll explain that more in detail later. I think that's more of a video that I gotta go into detail on. I told course members that it was up like 52% in after hours last night, and I'm like, see ya. I'll explain my rationale for that later. But yeah, Hyliion is kind of following that same Microvision sell-off after their PR announcement. And let's go back to this PR announcement here and understand what's going on. So, new design features, advanced cooling technology enabling longer battery life, higher charging rates, and improved safety. Basically, they partnered with Toshiba on a new battery. And this next generation battery is not necessarily next generation for the world. It's next generation for Hyliion. And one thing that I want you to keep in mind is when you look at wires, generally anything that, and not always, because there are news wires, new wire services exist, but oftentimes when you get business wires, they're often just press releases put together by the company themselves. So it's almost kind of like a company could literally go, and I'm not saying Hyliion's doing this, but they could, dang, we really got to raise some money. We got to sell some stock. Hey, let's put out a press release on that new battery we got coming in. It's all true. Let's put that out. They put out the press release, and then and then they do an offering after the price stock goes up. Not necessarily. I'm just saying the market can be played that way. So keep this in mind. This is not like a third party writing this. It's Hyliion. At least that's what I'm believing from what I'm reading here. Okay, so leader in Class 8 commercial vehicle, hybrid systems, so on and so forth, coming out with a new battery. Let's see. The development of this next generation battery module represents a key milestone in the hybrid commercialization process, further strengthening our overall technology platform as we innovate future solutions. Leveraging previous battery experience and incorporating enhancements for improving battery cooling, the new modules deliver benefits. Now, they do not manufacture batteries, but they do work on the modules that basically you put the batteries in a module and then you put the module in a vehicle, right? So they do not themselves make battery technology. They partner with Toshiba on this. And so these are some of the improvements here, capable of 5 times as much cycle life. I don't know that matters so much until you have it for the long term. Some better heat dissipation. Battery can be recharged in under 8 minutes. Up to what percentage? They didn't give us details here in terms of how. See, it doesn't say fully recharged in under 8 minutes. I don't believe that this battery can be fully charged in 8 minutes, unless you're hooking it up like a Tesla coil. New model design reduces the operating temperature. Okay. Yeah, so that's why this company is jumping here. This news release on this battery here. I would love to know more. That features the Toshiba LTO battery cells. Well, let's look those up. And then we'll get back to the sticks here. And I do want to look at some of the companies that are going to be reporting earnings. So let's see here. Yeah, it might be worth doing a little bit more research in it. Here we go. Lithium titanite oxide battery. Usually I don't like looking at Wikipedia, but this is going to give us a quick little glance. This is just a type of battery. I see. Honda uses them in their electric bike. Mitsubishi uses them. Interesting. Okay, wholesale price of SiB batteries. Oh, these might be them. Interesting. And you can buy the batteries. SiB battery. Toshiba rechargeable battery. Yeah, it would take a little bit more research for us to go a little bit deeper into exactly what these batteries are. But given that this is a press release from Hyliion, and it's not like a third party talking about how great these batteries are or whatever, to me it sounds like Hyliion is really just buying a new battery from Toshiba and incorporating them into a new module with some better fans, and that's it. There's your press release. I don't know. I don't want to come across as like hating, because that's not the goal. It's being critical is the goal on that one. Yeah, Shift reports after hours. Got the Discord notification. I'm happy if you got the Discord notification. That's good. Yeah, Shift after hours is going to be... We got a lot. I mean, I got a coffee here because my plan is to go through these earnings with y'all. It's going to be fun. Shaquille O'Neal is putting in a SPAC on a Peloton competitor. Oh, interesting. Okay, so... what else do we have here? So let's see. Virgin Galactic moving up again. I mean, they've really been... they've had some volatility here. This is almost like a stock. Yeah, I mean, they kind of been straight up here since the 25th, really. Some good moves at Virgin Galactic. That's good. Good for them. I think SpaceX needs some competition, and maybe it'll motivate SpaceX to go public, That's once they figure out their cash flow. Anyway, yesterday on the live stream, I remember we talked about Zillow's earnings and how that should pull Redfin up, and it did. Pulled them up 6% today, which is more than the 3% they were up in after hours yesterday. I know a lot of people didn't really love the EXPI guy, but that stock is up 7%. Yeah, it was a good conversation, insightful. Cannabis definitely on the sell-off here. I think really the trades to make right now, if you were going to do any kind of short-term trading, certainly, I mean, like CCIV, if CCIV got under 25, I'd consider buying more of this. But over 30, I'm not jumping up and down on this. Gores, this is the Matterport SPAC. If that got under 15, I'd buy more. Maybe 14, 15, 14, somewhere around there. Cannabis sell-off, not a big deal here. And phase down under 200 again, briefly here. Okay, so I think the moves now are trying to see what we think about like a CRISPR technology or Disney, right? Like, which of these do we think might be able to break out? Let's just throw in RSI on this. Let's get our relative strength index up, and let's just do a quick, superficial look at what's been going on at some of these companies. So you've really been selling off at CRISPR since mid-January. It is at lows. CRISPR Technologies is at lows since January, but it's let's see here. I'd like it if I could have them listed here on the left too. CRISPR, because they report today. So they are at 158 right now. So at 158, they're actually lower. They're selling for around December pricing before their boost here in December. Yeah, right around there. Okay, interesting. So CRISPR, that's an interesting one. It would not shock me to see you got in at CRISPR at $30. Congratulations. It's tough when you get in so early because sometimes it makes it hard for you to want to buy more. You know what I mean? Like you're so attached to your cost basis, and that can actually be dangerous. What's the ticker symbol on this darn thing? Let's just type it in. CRISPR Therapeutics. Here it is. CRSP. CRISP. Okay, so let's look at their estimate, their earnings, and let's see what we got going on here. Okay. Oh man, look at their history. They've missed 6 out of the last 8 earnings. Woo! Yeah, that's a bad track record, man. So that doesn't mean they can't beat today, right? It just means they don't have a good track record, okay? So the way to probably do CRISPR, just based on a couple of things we're looking at here, I mean, look, I don't know how low they can go here, given that they've kind of sold off a bit here. If they miss big at earnings here, it might make sense to try to let the drama unfold for like 20 minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, because sometimes it goes fast. See if we get a really long candlestick to the down on, or a lot of pressure going down, a lot of new lows, right? New recent lows, and maybe buy that after hours. I just added CRISPR to the 1337 at a small portfolio. In case you're not familiar with those, I did update those, by the way. I just sent that out to course members because I did some buying in there. The buy alerts are in the course, but you could go to the links. You could see the pies at metkevin.com/1337. But just updated that an hour ago. metkevin.com/1338 and 39. The higher the number, the less diversified and more concentrated. So 1337 is like the most broad. Safer. It's like 1337 to me is like, why would you buy the S&P 500 when you could buy 1337? That's my point of view. Disney. I bought some Disney options. So I sent out an alert to course members that I bought some Disney options. They're long options. I will be very interested to see what the Disney earnings do. They haven't had more growth on their website over the last 3 months, but from what I can tell, they've had people on their website longer. So it's possible that, and it's hard to measure from the website too, because a lot of people use devices, but people watching longer is a good thing. So not a lot of pre data that we can get on Disney. And obviously we know the parks could end up being a big negative, but I think Wall Street is really looking for catalysts on Disney Plus on that one. On shift earnings, remember somebody wrote down what I said yesterday. I think they're going to beat on, what was it? I think they're going to beat on revenue, beat on margin, but if they advertise too much, they could miss on earnings. And I don't know how Wall Street's going to treat that. Let's look a little bit more into CRISPR here, because this is going to be a big earnings release. Let's see what the drivers are according to Bloomberg here. I love this thing. I don't know. Every day I use this, I use it more and more. So a big mover, profitability, technicals, price to the 200-day moving average. Oh, let's put that in. So they actually say Bloomberg thinks the 200-day moving average is an indicator. Okay, oops. 200. And we got the relative strength index. We're at a 40 where we are zoomed out here. I got too many indicators up. Well, let's get rid of the exponential. And let's see. Let's see if I could just uncheck some of these here. No, I got to do it from here. So I don't know. I think if I just zero, can I zero them? No, I can't zero them. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. I just have what I want. Oh, good. Perfect. Wait, no, I got 5 and 2. I got to get used to using Weeble more. Seriously. It bugs me. But after the Robinhood, I've been using them more. Oh, here we go. There it is. Okay, that's what I want. So let's go something nice and bright. Let's go with a nice bright green here. There we go. Okay, so really, Bloomberg thinks they move based on the 200-day moving average? I mean, it's so way above that. That could actually, if that is a catalyst, the 200-day moving average, this could fall a lot. Is kind of what Bloomberg's suggesting if they miss again. See, price versus the 200-day moving average. That'll be interesting. Please God, drop Bitcoin to 4 digits again. Yeah. You're pretty heavy in EXP on your updated pies, but you don't sound nearly as bullish on it as other stocks in those pies. It's because it's ran so much, right? Like, it's too expensive where it is now. And I suppose I could adjust that, but I think in the next week or so, it's going to balance out after the split. So I'm okay riding EXPI, and that's why the pies are the way it is. It is possible that after the split, a lot of traders could sell out of it. I don't know. There is a sales blockout over the next week, so people can't sell EXPI who are insiders, and a lot of agents hold obviously the stock. So that I don't know. Is that going to prop it up? What's going to happen? I have no idea. Is that going to lead to sell off tomorrow? Who knows? But to me, EXPI, if it fell under 100 or under 50 after the split, I'd buy it. I'd buy it heavily again. 60 maybe. I don't know, 60, 120. So, okay, so CRISPR's going to be really interesting. So let's go ahead and start pulling because we've got 6 minutes to the close here. We should get prepared a little bit. And what we should do is we should pull up news for each of these. So that way we have a little news window going. So we'll have a news window here for CRISPR. And let's do another. Let's minimize some of the other stuff. Let's do a news window for Shift. Absolutely. We're going to do Shift and Disney. News, Shift Technologies. Yes. Oh, let's just do the ticker. Shift News. I don't know OSTK. You think it's a great play? Why do you think it's a great play? I don't even know what that is. OSTK. Overstock. Oh, Overstock. Yeah, I mean, it's like a Wayfair, and then Etsy, kind of like that. I'm not as big of a fan. I know drop shippers love Overstock. You take the stuff from there and resell it on Amazon. Of course, Alibaba being another one of those. Okay. But yeah, I know too little to really comment. Okay, so Shift Technologies. Okay, good. So we've got Shift and CRISPR. Okay, let's do another one here. Where is our terminal? What's another one? Oh, Disney News. They're coming up. Whoa, it's going to be fun. The goal is, folks, to beat... Why is it not showing me Disney? The goal is to beat CNBC to the earnings. Disney News. There we go. Should work with the ticker, but it didn't. Okay, so we got Shift, CRISPR, Disney. This is getting a little crowded on this. Let's see here. Okay, so we got Shift, CRISPR, Disney here. Good. Let's pull something to another desktop here. There we go. Okay. And then over here, we're gonna put up. What do we want to put up? We got CRISPR, Shift, Disney. Oh, Affirm news. Let's throw them up. AFRM. They're going to be reporting today. That's going to be big. So let's pull that up. Who else is? What else? Daily COVID cases in California have declined 79% since Jan 14th. The rapid decline continues. Disney, MGM, and others will do very well if the press stops withholding this info and the trend continues. It's true. You know, there has not been a lot of coverage on how cases have been falling. Okay. Oh, I only have one more window. And then in this one, oh, well, I could just launch. That's true. We'll do that. Get rid of that. Exit conversations. Ah! That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, I know what I could do. I could launch this. No, I guess I'm already launched. Oh, no, there we go. Okay. Oh, look, I could just do little boxes like this. Oh, I should have just done that. Oh, well. So what's the other one? Net News, Cloudflare. Oh, it shows Netflix. Okay, well, that doesn't sound good. Cloudflare. We got 2 minutes, folks. Ooh, so many earnings coming. It's going to be fun. Okay, let's just go to Cloudflare and then News. Oh, come on. There we go. That should do it. Okay, good. Yep, and then we'll launch that. So is Expedia reporting today? I think you're right. I think Expedia is reporting today. Launch. I'll pull up Expedia. Sure. Let's do that. Put them right there. Expedia news. Bitcoin and ETH sell-off. Really? I didn't think so. I didn't see that. Because they were skyrocketing earlier today. All right, we're coming up. Let's pull up CNBC for a moment.
The major markets, the New York Stock Exchange advancing versus declining stocks, slightly to the negative side right now. So there's definitely some give back on what had been record strong breadth out there. Steph mentioned real strong.
Yeah, Bitcoin is just all of a sudden falling. All of a sudden, you got this down arrow right before the market close here.
More. And you see 7% of VanEck Semiconductors ETF this week alone. And the NASDAQ, 1%. Of course, semi is a big part of the NASDAQ. Yeah. So clearly the shortage and the pricing power story.
I mean, I know that pricing power goes up when there's a shortage, but when there's a shortage, you produce less product and you're able to sell less. And there's a limit to how much you can raise prices because there's competition. So I haven't been so gung-ho on getting into the chip play solely because of the shortage. Maybe that's a mistake, but I want to do some shopping, right here on earnings. We'll see what happens. So, okay, we got desktop up. We got everything up. Here we go. We got a minute to go. It's exciting.
Russell just climbing back into positive territory by a handful of basis points, but it's up 2.3% on the week and has been the outperformer. So getting back into the green, quite impressive. Tech is the best performing sector. It's the only one that's really meaningfully higher. It's up 1%. A handful of other sectors are up slightly. And we've got about 6 or 7 of the sectors in the red. The only one meaningfully low is energy, down 1.5%. The dollar's essentially flat today.
I'm ready to go shopping. Pull your Weeble up. Pull your Weeble up and get ready to go shopping. Here we go. The bell.
To close, though, we are looking at all 3 of the major averages trying to go into the green. The Dow is touching green as we hear the bell ring. It's down a basis point. The S&P 500 up 0.2%, NASDAQ up 0.4%, and the Russell.
Shopping for stocks is an addiction. You're so right about that. It is. Okay, folks, here we go. We got some really big earnings coming out right now. On the day, we got Hyliion up 31% on news that they bought a new battery from Toshiba. We got Microvision up on news that they're getting some parts. I'm serious. That's what's moving these things. Look at how Zillow ended 17.7% up. Absolutely unreal. Redfin could be a buying opportunity. Redfin only up 6.5% after Zillow's move. That's almost 3x that. Redfin's earnings coming up on the 24th. EXPI up 7% again. Upwork. This is a company you got to own. $56. It's cheap. It's been going up like crazy. Been holding this one for a while. I keep adding to it. It's a great company to have. Lemonade up again today. It will not go under the 140s. It doesn't matter how many people rag on Lemonade. That thing will not go down. Cannabis sold off hardcore today. The lowest sell-offs on cannabis were actually my two holdings, Planet and Clever. So I don't know that it feels good to say you're the best loser. But anyway, okay, what's more important right now, rather than talking about what happened, is looking at our terms, folks. This is what we got to pay attention to big right now. Right here, okay? We want these to start showing earnings. Nothing here yet. And we want these guys. Oh, sorry, that's... Uh-oh. Wait, why is it showing the same thing twice? Okay, that's not good. Let's pull up our original ones again then. So those were Disney news. Well, if we could put... Oh, there we go. Expedia's in. There it is. Expedia just came in. Revenue. Oh, big miss on Expedia. Oh, 920 million versus expectations of 1.1 billion. I mean, not sure that really surprises me. It's Expedia, travel group, but we got a miss over here. I'm not in Expedia, so I'm sorry. I'm going to cover that one up for a second. Shift news. I really want to get these tabs up again. I don't know why they disappeared on me, but they did. But that's a miss on Expedia. Awaiting Disney. Yeah, we are. Why can I not launch this? Disney news search. Here we go. Okay, good. Launch. Oh no, I already got Disney right here. What's the... Oh, we want Shift and CRISPR. Get that really quick. Hurry, Kevin, hurry. I can't get it. Oh, nope. Okay, nope, not yet on Disney. Come on. Make this thing a little complicated. I will say that. Stop. CRISPR news. Crisp news. Here we go. Search Bloomberg for crisp crisp news. Let's try that. Okay, here we go. We'll just leave this up right here. CRISPR social media volume triples. Ooh. Let's see what happens. Okay, we are on standby here. Launch and Launchpad. There we go. We're on standby for Affirm, Disney, CRISPR. These are companies I want to buy today. I even put Aurora Cannabis up here. And then I'll just put all news right here. All news is this button. I think all news. News Hub. There we go. Okay. All right. Go away. Oh, God. What are you doing? Oh, dear. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we are waiting. We are on standby. All right. Affirm options imply a 12.4% move. Oh, my gosh. I wonder what Expedia is doing. I mean, we saw that miss on Expedia real fast. We were up on that instantly. I don't invest in this one. It's only down 2%. So I think people probably, I mean, if the estimates were for a decline, I can't say that people expected it to miss, but maybe they did. Okay, I'm going to keep up Discord here as well in case I go buy anything. I'll send out an alert. Okay, we are on standby. Yeah, if CRISPR goes down, I don't know. Let's see. Cloudflare implies a 15.1% movement. Ooh, that's a lot. Oh, Shift. We got to pull up Shift. SFT. Yeah, that's a big earning. I don't know. Part of me is thinking like if Shift just like goes to $5, I got to shave my head. That I think that would be fair punishment. So we'll leave that right here. I don't know. What do you think? Ammo earnings on the 16th. Oh, Disney. Subscribers blew it. Yes, good. Up on subscribers. Earnings per share 32 cents. Revenue 16.25 billion. They beat on Hulu subscribers. We've got paid subscriber. Beat on earnings. Let's go. I want to buy some more Disney right now. I love that freaking company. Let's go. Let's see if I could get this in quickly. So my option did really well on this one. Get rid of this crap. Stop putting this garbage up here. Unlock trading. I can't buy that many shares, but I'm going to buy some. I don't know. We'll buy 500. Let's see if I can get in early enough. Just buy it. Don't show me this garbage. Okay. I just put in an order for Diz. I'm sure it'll go through because I put the limit pretty dang high. Buy 500 extended hours. Good to cancel. Yeah. Okay. All right, let me make a quick little note here. I can't help myself. Buying Diz now. Beat. Look at this. They're still saying awaiting.
Might see about a 0.5% move to the downside. We were seeing.
That's terrible. It's terrible. I'm terrible. I'm a bad person. I'm a horrible person. It's actually it's not moving that crazy much on an after hours. It's only up 1% in after hours. We did get the news before them, but I did want to increase my position. Okay, I like that. I want to see what else we have going on here. Okay, here we go. More info. Shift Disney. Oh, here we go. A firm's coming in. Oh, come on. What is going on? What is this garbage? Why? Bloomberg Terminal. Stop. Don't do this to us. That was really lame. I have no idea what happens. Let's just type in Affirm really quick. Affirm. And so, okay, CNBC right now is talking about, what's it called? Expedia. Let's get Affirm, though. Here we go. No, did I not see it? I could have sworn I saw. Oh, here we go. Revenue. Okay. Revenue came in at 204 for Affirm. I don't know what the expectation was. Sees third quarter revenue coming in at 185 to 195. So actually down a little bit is their expectation going forward. I have no idea what happened with these little windows here. They just all broke on us. It's not a good demonstration here, Mr. Bloomberg. So we got Chris. Maybe I just had too many of these things up. Okay, here we go. Affirm revenue. Okay, sees 2021 revenue. Okay, let's get I want to see the actual results here. I want to go back to Disney too. Disney is barely moving. So I've been meaning to add to my Disney position for a while. So I'm glad I did. But let me see what Disney. Let's pop for a second here. Yeah, no, Disney beat a lot. And so we already bought some here. Yeah, but only 1%. I mean, it's barely moving here. Yeah, I'm really surprised it's moving so little. We'll pull up here. Now they're talking about Disney. We heard this a while ago.
$5 billion versus estimates of $15.93 billion. The company reporting an adjusted profit of 32 cents per share. Unclear still if there are any one-time items that would make that uncomparable with the expectations, but analysts had been anticipating a per share loss there. And I want to point out two key things here in this report. One is Disney Plus up to 94.9 million.
We already read all this. Like literally, I think they're just reading us the headlines that we read like 5 minutes ago, it feels like. Here's that 94.9 million paid subscribers. Experiences and products lose 119 million. Total Q1, let's see here. Entertainment, okay, it's just breaking down the other incomes over here. Experiences and products down 53% year over year. It really goes to show that Disney is still oh, here we go. Affirm beat. Affirm Holdings Q2 was 204 versus 189. So a good beat over, that's, what is that, 5%? A 5-6% beat over at Affirm. So Affirm beat. Everything's beating, man. It's so good. Let's see how Affirm is moving after hours. Oh, look at that. Affirm after hours actually down 7% on a beat. Why? Why would it be down so much? Hold on, let's go to extended hours. Let's go to minute here. I mean, because this looks like good news to me. Let's see. How has this thing been trading for the last days? Let's go zoom in on this a little bit here. So Affirm, I mean, it is at all-time highs. But why it's down? It's Affirm selling off a little bit on this news. Very interesting. Whereas Disney, let's pull Disney again. And then we want to see CRISPR too. That's another one that I really want to buy. So Disney actually pulling, it's struggling on its moves here. Let's see, CRISPR's here. I wonder what my Disney actually executed for. I'll pull that up too. Because I just set a high limit to make it go through. You have to set limit orders when you buy at, what's it called? When you buy after hours. But holding Affirm, yeah, Affirm, let's see here. Most significant impact was Disney parks. But we know that. Impacted by COVID, that's fine. Earnings are out. Disney beat estimates. I mean, really good beat on Disney. I'm happy for Diz. Let's see. Disney pops to 95 mil. Well, it's 94.5 94.9 million was the record there, or the amount of subscribers on Disney Plus. So that's exciting. Still nothing on CRISPR. Here's what's this? Oh, Illumina just reported. Illumina, if you're in this one, beat EPS, came in at 122 versus 1.11 expected. If anybody's in Terex, here's the news on Terex. That just came down. It looks like they also beat. Everybody's beating. Yeah, revenue at Disney was about 300 million more than expected. Disney's such a good company. Okay, what else do we have here? Waiting on CRISPR. That's the next big one that we're waiting for. And Shift. Let's pull Shift for a sec. SFT equity. Is it out? Let's see. News. Why is Shift going down? Oh no. Let's see. I don't see any news yet on Shift. So no news out yet on Shift. We're waiting on CRISPR. I bought Disney. I think that's a good long-term play. It is what's it doing right now? Did Disney go down afterwards? It'd be shocking. I mean, that was a good beat. Sometimes it does that though. What can you do? Disney. Let's pull it up. I don't know why it's not coming up. Hold on one sec. Disney right now. Oh no, it's up 1.5%. Okay, good. That's right. 194, what I paid for it. So I haven't really moved much. My option went up, that's for sure. I bought a good option before. Affirm is tanking on this. I don't understand why, because they beat. Let's see what they're saying on CNBC, because they're talking about it now.
The GMV was 1.7 billion, and they've come in at 2.1. So on the top line, which is easier to compare for this first quarter, both GMV and revenue beating expectations. Just trying to see what else the expectation was for our customers. But either way, the market's not liking this. It's down 11.7%, but of course has had a decent run as well since it listed.
I think it's possible that there were a lot of traders in on Affirm that maybe, or a lot of money that was trading in on Affirm that's just getting out now. But that's a 10.3% loss right now on Affirm. I don't understand why, especially with a beat. I'm not in on Affirm. Not that should make anyone feel better or worse. It's just it's odd because they did beat. So who knows? Disney slowly trying to climb up. See what happened there. Crushed earnings and went down. Yeah. Welcome to the market, right? I hope that doesn't happen with Shift. I still don't have news on Shift though. Oh, wait, is CRISPR coming in? No. That's the next one I'm really looking at here. Is CRISPR's another one I might want to push. I might want to push into. So we'll see what happens. I've got CRISPR up right now. We'll see what happens there. Affirm. I'm going to zoom into Affirm a little bit here. Let's go jump back to this. It's just not good enough. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that happens. Gross merchandise. Sees Q3 gross merchandise volume 1.8 bill to 1.85. So they reported a 92 cent loss versus an estimate 81 cent. That's why Affirm's going down. It's because they beat on revenue, but they lost on earnings per share. I worry that's what could happen with Shift. That makes sense. So there it is. Yeah. 92 cents per share of a loss versus 81 expected. So that probably means they had like higher R&D expenses or higher advertising expenses, operating expenses. Like something went wrong between gross profit and net. Something went wrong there. Better than moist. Did I say moist? Oh, man. Disney, though, only slightly up. Good on my option. Nothing, no real move on the shares. Let's see here. Okay, decrease at cable was due to higher programming and production costs. Okay, decrease in operating income was due to lower results at cable business, partially offset by increasing broadcasting. Okay, interesting. So this is Disney here. Low results of cable business. Decrease in operating income was due to lower results. Okay. So market's kind of not reacting to that yet. Okay. Domestic channels. I want to read the Disney earnings report. That's another one that I really want to go through and read. That's a good one. Zillow is really going to set us up for Redfin, so we'll see how that does. But Disney is just such a great company. Disney is not like a real, like, how should I say this? Disney's not like this is never going to be a Wall Street bet stock, right? It's never really going to move up or down like crazy. But no, this is just a company to have in your portfolio. Okay, let's find. Still nothing on Shift. Where is Shift? Shift and CRISPR. We're just waiting on these now. Let's go to the other window here. CRISPR, nothing. CRISPR, and I'm going to pull Shift up right here. Those are our next two. Whew! I'm kind of anxious for Shift. I mean, this is the first earnings after they missed the last time that really just pissed off the market. Disney is a great play long-term. When the parks open and movies are back in theaters, we'll kill it. Nice. Thoughts on Elon? Oh, I'll have to check Joe Rogan. No, thank you for mentioning that. I see you've said that a few times here. Come on. Where are those Shift earnings and CRISPR earnings? So when does morality beat profits? Disney should be tanking because of the Mulan issues. And now this Mandalorian girl being fired. I haven't heard that about the Mandalorian girl. I'll have to check that out. Okay. We are still waiting. We are still waiting on this. So let's listen to CNBC for a moment.
And the fact that we're getting quoted 146 million in terms of DTC subs in total. Are all 146 million of those as profitable as each other, or are we really should be focusing purely on the Disney Plus part of it?
I think within that number, Disney Hotstar makes up quite a significant amount, a decent amount. I'd say about 30% of that number in India. But that being said, I think the way to think about this direct-to-consumer is kind of holistically, right? They've said that in the next, by fiscal 2024, they're going to be turning profitable. We think based on what we're seeing now, actually, it seems to us that they're going to get there much faster than expected, where that business as a whole is going to be self-sustaining. And what's really remarkable now, we got a much cleaner picture of that direct-to-consumer business based on the new segment reporting. You can see that breakout now, the linear networks and the direct-to-consumer. So it's much more streamlined, much better handle for analysts such as us to kind of figure out the trajectory of that business going forward. And we think that based on these subscriber numbers and also the guidance that they've provided, we wouldn't be surprised if they would revisit those targets as early as next year.
Yeah, I mean, Tuna, I think about Netflix, right, and how much attention investors have spent over the last couple of years looking at their content spend. I mean, I think it's kind of Disney's turn now. What are you expecting, and what does that mean in terms of that equation over the next couple of years for that specific business to become profitable?
So, Morgan, they've telegraphed that they're going to be effectively quadrupling the content spend within that streaming business, hitting almost $8 billion by fiscal 2024. Now, Netflix is already north of $17-18 billion as we speak. And given the
it's crazy, just billions of dollars that they have. It's so insane, just how much money they can spend. To me, it's a bit of a recovery play. Keep that in mind. So not a trade either. So let's see here. Okay, still waiting on CRISPR and Shift here. Let's go look at the sticks quickly to see what's moving in after hours. Affirm settling down a little bit. I really didn't know why this one sold off as much as it did. It's not a company that I want to jump in on, but it's a great company nonetheless. Sundial coming back. We got some of the selling off kind of stocks coming back a little bit here. We've got what else is happening in the after hours here? EXP, Rocket Mortgage, Palantir, EXPI. Okay. We'll see what happens here. Let's go to all stocks. Here we go. Do we have anything on Shift or CRISPR yet? Really interested. to know what's going to happen with these guys. Crisp. So Crisp is pretty flat in the after hours. So no word here yet. Shift up a third. No, I mean, but there's no volume on that one. So still waiting. Any minute now. In the meantime, we've got we can talk a little bit about is CRISPR the 23rd? I thought it was today. Really? Oh, maybe. Oh, Cloud is going to report too. Let's I thought Yahoo Finance had them on here. Let's look at Cloud. I know that's that was supposed to report today. Thank you for giving me another suggestion here to look at while we wait. Net Cloud. Robinhood says the 16th. Oh, man. Oh, here we go. Cloudflare just in. So Net just in. They 2 cents a share. I wonder. I don't have the estimate. I can pull up the estimate though in just a second here. So these are the numbers on Cloud. Let's pull up. Let's get rid of Disney here. Let's pull up Net, and let's get the estimates here. Oh, here we go. 8 cents loss. Wait, hold on here. Adjusted share, 8 cents adjusted loss. I think what was the expectation? 8. Consensus was 9 cent loss. Oh, that's fiscal year. Okay, got it. Oh, there we go. Beat by 2 cents. Beats on revenue. Okay, so a beat on Cloud. So we're not going to get a deal on that one. Falling. Net. Okay, so CRISPR might not be today then. Oh, that could explain why we're not seeing it, because usually it'd be fast. Yeah, Net falling on this news. Oh, but kind of bouncing up a little bit again here. So bouncing off the lows, down 5% right now, but bouncing off the lows a little bit. Yeah, it's coming back. We'll see what happens here. But the initial impression here was probably not as much of a beat as people expected. Is possibly why we're seeing this. Okay, so CRISPR may not be today. That's fine. Shift, we still don't have them up. Just really weird. Okay. Cloud, let's see. Cloud stock falls with earnings. Yep, we saw that. Let's look at Aurora. Yeah, that was another one we wanted to look at. Close this. Okay. Nothing on Shift. Where's Shift? Okay, Aurora. Aurora. How do you, I don't know, I gotta spell that right. Okay, we will. Okay. Oh yeah, ACB. ACB. Let's see here. Okay, so they actually. Let's see, net revenue, Canadian dollars of 67.7 million. So Aurora Cannabis actually missed. And Aurora, but they're actually up 8% in the after hours. See, earnings, so unpredictable. Let's see here. Hold on, wait a minute. The estimate net revenue. Yeah. Okay. Net revenue misses estimates. Yeah, exactly. So Aurora missed a little bit. Okay, now they're only up. Now they're up 5%. It could be though that Aurora's going to move off the Cargorus. Let's look at that. Off the big fall that happened today. Cargorus. Let's see what theirs is. Here we go. So theirs is in at. Let's see, Q1 revenue of 156 to 160. Estimate was 130, so they beat a little bit. Adjusted EPS 32 cents. The estimate was 28. So tiny beat here on Cargurus. Cargurus. Beats by 5 cents. Beats on revenue. See how they're doing. Maybe that'll be a good sign for Shift. Cloudflare still staying down. Yeah, Cloud is actually going down a little bit more. Affirm has recovered a lot from their 11% decline. I was really surprised to see that decline on Affirm. I don't think Affirm deserved that. And Disney's barely up on their news. Okay, coming up on 2%. That's better. Okay. I mean, in my opinion, with the way they beat, it should have been more like a 3% move, but what do I know? Okay, let's hop back over. Shift. GoDaddy's reporting, someone says. Let's go look over there. GoDaddy. Not one that I invest in, but I'm happy to look at it. Yeah, Danny, I've seen that. I've commented on that. Not worried about that on Shift. So what happens here? Total bookings on GoDaddy up 13.1% year over year. Full year earnings, expected revenue of $3.7 billion in 2021. Wow, lofty expectations. Oops. Aurora Cannabis now moving up a little bit more, up 8% now, 8.5%. Still nothing on Shift. That's really the one we're waiting for. Oh, the whole thing crashed. Classic Bloomberg terminal. I'll open it up again. I really want to see Shift, obviously. Yeah, Disney going up to 2%. Okay, good. That's good. Sundial's really where, now people are coming back to Sundial. It makes me wonder if we have more life in Sundial left. Maybe Shift won't report today because they've been saying, I mean, everything that I've seen has been the 11th. So maybe they delayed. Did they delay? Shift Technologies earnings. Yeah, it says today. At least per yeah. Somebody said they saw a later date in Bloomberg, though, so we'll look at that in a moment. Okay, so let's go back here on these guys. I want to look at some of these trades here. So what do we got on Sundial and some of these other trades? So on the trades, we've got Sundial trying to push up again. It makes you wonder. I want to look at the trend data on this because they were trending on Twitter yesterday and they had a lot of media coverage yesterday, but not as much today. So looking at the last 90 days, I mean, this doesn't obviously necessarily have to align with what the price action is, but yeah, we've got to be at peak for yesterday is my guess. So this was the 8th. Yesterday was the 10th. So I wouldn't be surprised if we end up hitting a nice new peak here for Sundial. But this stock it just stays up because I think people are diamond handing this like the GameStop, right? A lot of enthusiasm there. Let's pull up the terminal one more time and see what's going on with Shift because that was one I was really waiting for. Matterport up 2% in after hours. And I'm happy with my Disney option. Disney option printed a little bit. Yeah, I bought the Disney option before the close. Oh, I bought it on Robinhood. That's why I can't see it. Affirm going back down a little bit after their 11% decline. They recovered and now going back down a bit. Cloudflare still going down. And Cloudflare, this is one that I think should do better than Fastly. So that could be bad news for Fastly coming up. Fastly only down about 1.6% right now. So we'll want to keep an eye on that if you're invested in either of those. So let's see. Planet 13 is tanking. Oh, well, all of the cannabis tanked today. All of it tanked today. I see your comment here. Aurora, they're coming back here in the after hours, though. Let's see. What's Tesla doing? Really interesting close. The short interest on Hyliion, yeah, I'll pull that up. So Tesla's sitting at 810. Okay. All right. So let's pull up the terminal again. Let's get back in here. What up? Ben & Jerry's is the best. All right. Hold on. I'll just put myself up for a second here. Oops. There we go. So many different buttons to press here. Okay, so UDUZ. Okay. Launching that terminal again. VeriSign should be reporting. That would be interesting. That could be an indicator for a DocuSign. And I'm not jazzed on DocuSign. They're really looking for a merger, I think. That's when you're going to see DocuSign pump is on a merger. Can you please make a video explaining options? Yeah, one of these days. Kevin, what do you know about the SPAC BFT? So I actually own a little bit of BFT. Hold on. Zoom into this a little more here. BFT is okay. It's really been trading sideways for a while. Okay, Bloomberg's coming back up. 1 second here. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get Shift again here and see if there's any update. Who knows? Maybe the earnings got delayed. Yeah, because there's nothing. That's a bummer. I was so excited today to get Shift in here. I think everybody was. Let's just go to news. Yeah. There's just no news on it. So weird. Ownership earnings. Options video would be great. Appreciate that. Yeah. Yahoo News is good. Let's see if it gives us another earnings date here. Next announcement. No, it's not March 25th. No way. Did this get delayed? No, see, it's estimated. See, that says estimated. So that's not the actual. Huh. Okay. All right. We'll just hang out for Shift. Let's look at CRISPR. Yeah, because CRISPR was supposed to be today too. Let's see. Check Bloomberg company events. Oh, thank you. So company events. Well, I'm on CRISPR now. I'll just look at company events right here. Thank you for that. And I'm still new with this thing. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's cool. So it shows you the dates. 2/11. Some editing. Q4. What's this? Oh, earnings release. Oh, tomorrow. Tomorrow for CRISPR. Oh, that's a bummer. I wrote that one down as today. That's my fault. Oh, well. Okay. Let's look at Shift. So they're saying tomorrow on CRISPR. But somebody else was saying even later. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm not screen sharing. I will fix that. All right. So really, we got Disney. We got Aurora Cannabis today. Let's see. Security description. Let's go company events. Yeah, it's just the estimated, though. That's the same thing. It just gives the estimate. And it's going to be way before 325. I mean, it was supposed to be today. It must have gotten delayed for Shift. That's a bummer. I'll keep up the individual company news just in case. Somebody says 5 o'clock for Shift. Or is that $5 that you're sending me for Shift? Yeah, very, very weird. Let's go back and look at cannabis here. Yeah, everybody's got a different date for CRISPR. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Robinhood said 16th on CRISPR and 11th on Shift. I just don't know what to believe anymore. The Affirm dip is stupid, somebody says. I could not agree with you more. Why Affirm is selling off like this, I do not understand. Because it reported good news. So I'll have to dive into the earnings report and see what's going on. After this, I'll probably go into do some reading. So I do want to look here, though. Sundial still trying to push up. The volume has been regularly pretty impressive here, too. Zoom out a little bit. Wow. I mean, just like, $750,000 a minute in after hours going through this company in the shares. Really incredible. Oh, finally Disney's moving up. This is what I was talking about. What did I say? When it was up like 1%, I'm like, this is lame. It should be up at least 3% on this. I want to hear this.
The company's first quarter as a public company, he mentioned some of that GMV growth and customer growth up about 50% year over year. He pointed in particular to American Airlines. He said it's a good example of what Affirm is gearing up for after the pandemic. He said people are now looking towards a different type of shopping and hopefully a rebound in travel, as he says. Peloton, of course, is still a key piece of Affirm's business. Last quarter, Peloton made up 24% of revenue. That was less than the quarter before that. So non-Peloton revenue is accelerating. So diversifying a bit there. And he pointed to health of the consumer. He said that he has seen, quote, sprinkles of recovery in travel. Health of the consumer is pretty good from their point. He also pointed to a step up in marketing for the company. He said the company did spend more on marketing, and as a result, they saw about a 10% increase in brand awareness. The stock, though, taking a hit, it's down about 7%. It was down as much as 11%. But back to you guys.
Okay, thanks so much for that one. Up next, Mike Santoli will take a look at Disney's battle with Netflix and how much is left.
Okay, so somebody's mentioning they contacted investor relations on Shift and they actually have not released an earnings date yet. That would explain why we've seen all these weird estimates, because I was ready. Like if Shift missed, loser. I don't know anything about MTCH, but I'll write it down. I got a little list here of some of my priorities, so I'll write that down. Aurora Canada. Okay, so Disney now up about 3 3/4 here. Shift up 1%, but I mean on nothing, right? This, folks, this could be an overreaction here on Cloudflare. And the same thing for, let's look at the relative strength index on these, because I think these are getting overly punished. Oh, Martin, thank you for that. That's awesome. We appreciate you. Shout out to Martin Adamski. Drew said no data. Oh. Yeah, exactly. Google says today for Shift. Yeah. Oh, Star Wreck. What did you say? I don't know that anybody purposely ignored you. I'm sorry. I don't want you to feel that way. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so Cloud's at all-time highs, right? I mean, so what, in essence, that they're down 6% with these all-time highs? It's a great company. I have them in my 1337. They're great. I have them at a higher percentage than I have Fastly. But, yeah, let's see here. Okay, what else? So Affirm. I want to look at the relative on Affirm. I mean, Affirm, obviously, we had an IPO, right? So coming out with a lot of enthusiasm here. On let's go to hour. Be a little easier to see. So with Affirm at 130 is still basically, 50% more than what we had on IPO day. So that one's done really well. Maybe it's just a lot of people were in it, and it's time to pull out a little bit. That could be exactly what's going on. Sundial on the move again here. Walt Disney still 3 3/4. Matterport's back going up. I love that company. Happy I'm in that one. Clever just broke 16 a little bit. I think that was my purchase on them, wasn't it? I think it was like 15.50 or something like that. But I did buy a little bit at 19 too. So I am okay. My average price on Clever is about 16.60, so I'm tightening a little bit down there. Okay. What else do we have here? So Matterport up 2% now in after hours. Be careful. Just a heads up. I want to give you all a caution. The volume on this one in after hours is very, very, very low. So, oh yeah, I mean, look at that. In this 1 minute here, 140 shares traded, 60 shares, 300 shares. I mean, there's like no volume. So be careful. Like that could be a little bit of a mirage. Whereas Walt Disney in after hours, this thing's trading, 10 to 30,000 shares a minute in the after hours here. And those are much more expensive. Okay. Clever, Shift, Palantir up a tiny little bit. Huh. Anything else report today? UAVS. I'll write that down. UAVS. Oh, somebody wanted me to look at the short interest on something. What was it? Who wanted short interest on something? So Disney returns to profit. Such good news for Disney. I mean, it's a big beat for Disney, especially as a recovery stock to be beating this early. Imagine like when the recovery really gets underway, right? Okay. Yeah, Zom. I'll touch on. Let's look into Zom a little bit while we stand by here. Okay. Let's go into Zom. A lot of people have been asking me about that one. How do I find stock opportunities? Yeah, it's just trying to look at companies that I can understand and then see companies that I think might be undervalued. So, we pull up CRISPR. I want to look at Zom though. Zom. So let's understand this company a little bit. Zom Media is a veterinarian biopharmaceutical company. The company focuses on the needs of vets by offering drug discovery and development for pet health. Wow. I mean, that's a good thing. That's a great thing. $2 billion market cap, 2.2. Bloomberg's got him at about 7.7% short. That's interesting. Yeah, I know so little about pharmaceuticals that I stay away. I mean, CRISPR, like the gene editing and stuff, that's interesting to me. Thanks, Block. I appreciate that. Yeah, I got two windows open. So hold. This is another one folks keep asking me about. D-Dog disappoints on guidance. Oh, to see what's going on there. So here's a. This is gonna acquire. What are they gonna acquire? Holicity. Holicity merger. Let's see here. Okay, Holicity. Oh, this was on the rocket development company, right? They're SPACing with a rocket development company. Huh. That is going to take a little bit more for me to put together than what I can do right now. All right, let's look at the sticks another time here. Let's just see what's moving in the after hours, see if there's any opportunity. So I think the big question that we're going to have going into tomorrow, with tomorrow being Friday, CRSR. I'll check in one sec. So I'll put that up here. I think the big question right now is, do you buy Sundial as a trade? Okay, I have to be more clear with when I speak. Do you buy something like Disney? Hold, long hold, 5+ years. Tesla, 5+ years, right? When I bought Clever, the cannabis company, 1 to 2 year, longer kind of trade, medium hold, right? What, I don't know what's happening in the after hours. Oh, it looks like people are probably getting some people say these can be margin calls. I don't know. I don't know why you'd have margin calls while it's going up. But anyway, Clever Leaf. I really like this play. I wouldn't be shocked to see cannabis swing back tomorrow, but we don't know. Oftentimes we can get some big moves going into the next day. We did have obviously a big sell-off on Sundial today. It was just straight down for Sundial. A lot of profit taking here. Okay. Aurora Cannabis 7% here. Dave & Buster's. What else do we have? A firm holding down now at 8%. Straight down. Okay. Hyliion down in the after hours after going up 30%. I'm not jazzed on Hyliion. GameStop down at $50 in the after hours. Virgin Galactic lost 1%. It's not a big deal. Chivo, no biggie. Wonder what MViz is doing. I think it was MViz. Oh yeah, and then somebody wanted CRSR, I think. MViz down a tiny little bit in after hours. What did I sell my MViz for? Oh, I have a screenshot of it. So I sold, and when I sold MViz, I sent an alert out to course members right away because I had a feeling, and you never know with certainty, right? But I had a feeling there was a chance it would sell off after going up 51%, right? It was up like 51% at the time here. I sold it for, oh, it doesn't say what I sold it. This doesn't show that. Oh, there. Last price, 21.20. That's when I sold it. So I doubt I got exactly that price, but I'm sure it was something like that. Oh, here it is, sold. I sold it at, well, it shows me how much I got. I got 241K. Filled. Oh, here we go. Filled. MViz. Sell. Come on, Weeble. Why don't you just tell me what I sold it for? Weeble's making it incredibly difficult to figure out what I actually sold something for. So I'm sorry, I don't want to waste your time. But that's approximately when I sold it. Filled all. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. I got 2103 is what it filled at. I had to scroll over. 2103. Used gains to buy Shift, Gores Holdings, and Clever. I think those are great companies. I'm not heavy on the Chamath SPACs. Open Door, I did put money into Open Door. That was so far the only Chamath SPAC that I put money into. I do want to, like, I've pretty much allocated the money that I took out of Microvision and the money that, basically Microvision money, and a little bit of Dropbox. I had 300K. I put 200 of that into Pies. I just put a chunk of that into Disney, a little bit more, because I bought some Disney options as well. Let's see. Let's go jump into these guys, though. There we go. Okay. So Clever's up 3%. So Clever's going back to my basis. Matterport. Okay. Let's see. Let's go out to 30 minutes here. So this has been the ride on Sundial, which is literally from about my birthday here, where it was like 50, 60%, just kind of straight up. Okay, hold on a second. Oh, that's from Twitter. Okay. Regarding Clever, it may help the masses to understand that low float equals more volatility. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Very, very true. Especially in the after hours. That's why you have to be careful. Well, I'm sorry. You get less volume in the after hours. You're saying float, like the percentage of shares available. Yes, that is true too. And it's actually very common to have a low float after a SPAC, which Clever was a SPAC.
Revenues were comparable to street estimates, and it doesn't look like we got an EPS number. What is moving the stock right now?
Yeah, well, I think thanks for having me, by the way. And I think what we're seeing here in the Canadian space and in the cannabis space overall is there's a lot of exuberance coming into the market. Clearly, a very high growth industry. I think the prospect for federal decriminalization or some sort of movement there on that front is something that's getting a lot more retail into the space. But certainly the print here looks generally as expected, but there's a number of takeaways here that I think are slightly troubling. And this is something that I think is consistent with the sector overall, as we're seeing flattened revenue and a lot of material write-offs here, given a significant amount of infrastructure that was invested in this space over the last number of years, which looks like is a little bit saturated now.
Matt, I know you've got a hold on the rating, and these stocks have been super volatile. How hard is it to value them in this environment? And what sort of percentage move, either up or down from here, would it require for you to be able to confidently go from hold to buy or sell?
Well, there's a lot of moving parts in there, so I can't really, predict exactly, where these stocks are going to move relative to fundamentals versus a lot of hype that's in the sector. So certainly you have to be very cautious when you're doing that. At the end of the day, you really want to look at what's the fundamental underpinning of these companies, and a lot of it, in order to get to maturation here, is going to be in their adult use sort of consumer branded CPG type companies. And when you look at Aurora's print right here, about 28 or 29 million of their total revenues revenues for the quarter is really all that's adult use. That's down about 17% sequentially. So it's a run rate business now at about 100 million when it comes to those types of revenues. And that's something that gets harder and harder to justify these valuations, as there's a lot of excitement and upside going into the space right now. So you really have to, not buy into the hype too much and try and chase these stocks, but you have to kind of pull yourself back a little bit and look at where these companies are in their growth curve and where we think they're situated as market leaders or in that sort of ordering.
Yeah, well, shares of Aurora are up about 11% right now in after hours, as well as some of the other cannabis names. Matt Bottomley, thanks for breaking it down for us.
Thank you.
Shares of Disney moving higher after reporting an earnings beat. We'll dig into the report's big bright spot that investors are cheering despite Disney's theme park struggles. Closing bell back in a minute.
Okay.
You could.
So let's see here. I'm just looking to see if there's a trade going into tomorrow. It's hard to say. Let's see. There's such low volume on OGI. There's such little volume on OGI. OGI 100,000. I mean, that was a good move. That's 400K right there. That was somebody put a big buy in on that one. But otherwise, they're all pretty small buys on OGI. Sundial, OGI is moving much more than Sundial right now. Sundial's pretty flat on 7% right now. Afria's right there at 7% as well. Tilray's half of what Afria is. Afria's catching up. Clever, Zom. There's Zom. I know Zom's always there. I keep getting asked about that one. That's a tough one. OGI. Let's see here. I'm going to look at the trends for OGI. OGI stock. OGI. I'll share this with you too in just 1 second here. Let's see. Organigram Holdings. So this is so it's another cannabis play. Cannabis, it just makes you wonder though, because the cannabis play, we saw a 38% decline on OGI today. We've got a market cap of 849 mil at OGI. Let's pull OGI up on the Bloomberg terminal. Let's see what we got. Pull it up together. Here we go. So here's OGI. Security description. Let's see if we can get let's see what the float is. So we've got 3.7% short. Got 224 million shares. Float percent of shares outstanding. Okay. Let's look at estimates as well for this one. It makes you wonder if OGI could potentially be a swing trade tomorrow, but I don't know if it's going to be. They miss like crazy. They miss almost all of their earnings. So when are they reporting? Canadian currency. We've got. Let's go to company events. Thank you for whoever shouted out going to company events, by the way. That was very nice of you. So their okay, we don't have. Okay, we have a webcast in January here. Okay, reported on January 12th. So nothing coming up in terms of earnings action here. So you don't have to worry about potentially like an earnings collapse or something. Very little short. I wonder what was the short interest on Sundial? Let's pull that up quick. Let's go to apps and pull that up. Have you seen the move in QuantumScape? Did QuantumScape move? I'll pull Quantum in just a sec. Let's and you know what we'll do is let's run the short interest in Quantum as well. Yeah. Crisp didn't report today. I don't know why. I think people were just like companies were just estimating the earnings for these. Okay. Yeah, just a recovery on cannabis. but not Aurora Cannabis, though, doing well after their earnings. Okay, let's go to that app and let's see what the short sale data is. Short interest data. Let's pull it here. So let's do Sundial first. And we could look at the other one, OGI. 5.2% short on Sundial. OGI. Okay. So OGI is, oh yeah, only at 3%. See if Tesla's is going up after the Bitcoin play. Oh, it is a little bit. Look at that. After the Bitcoin investment, you kind of saw them come up a little bit. Let's see. So GameStop, such a bummer. Net took a dip, but it might make an excellent buy opportunity. I'm going to look at Quantum. Let's look at the news for Quantum. QuantumScape. QuantumScape. So what news do we have here? News. Individual company news. We have overweight rating with a price target of $70. Oh, that was like 23 minutes ago. Robinhood is Motley Fool. Robinhood is seeing insane growth. 3 great stocks for beginner investors. Wonder if Quantum was one of those. So Morgan Stanley gives an upgrade. Let's see if we can find if they have a report. Sometimes you can actually get a research report from Morgan Stanley. No. Just S3. There's got to be more research on these people. I feel like I have it filtered here so I'll have to play with this. But anyway, let's look at what Quantum's doing, and let's look at the short interest quickly on Quantum too. QS short interest 7.2%. Hopping over. Quantum up 2.8% on that. OGI selling off a little bit here. Kind of coming back down. Yeah, kind of selling off a bit. All stocks. What else is selling off in after hours? Naked selling off in after hours again. Affirm going back to 9% down. Hyliion and Micro, I mean, they just went up 30%, so you can't blame a little bit of a sell-off there. A little bit of profit taking. There's BFT sitting at 15.16 like always, like nothing new over here. Yeah. Sundial. I'm fascinated to see how I think this after-hour session here might end up a little slow on seeing any kind of major like recovery on this cannabis. I think the big question is, do we think that cannabis has another move in it or not? If it does, you could see all these guys move up again tomorrow substantially. Unless sort of that trade is over and people are worried that like the GameStop's going to happen to the cannabis sector, right? Yeah, so SFT didn't report today. They were only estimates that they might report today, which is really annoying. So we were all really excited about that one. Cannabis has sales taxes up to 60%. That money goes to the government to pay for cannabis tracking. So it all basically goes to the seed to sale tracking contractors. Wow. I got killed on Quantum. Quantum was one that was a trade that a lot of people got killed on, so don't feel bad about that. Everyone will be in Starlink. Yeah. Let's see what else here. GI, yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's probably good for our after hours here. So thank you so much for joining the after hours stream and the earnings. It was fun. We'll my goal is to do an open tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. Picked up a little bit of Disney here before it went up another like 1% off what I bought, I think, or it's about what I paid. Either way. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. We will